everyone, welcome back to my channel. So sorry about the loud noise of my fridge in the background. Today I'm going to be making a vegetarian lasagna. So I'm just going to go through what we're going to be using today. First of all, we have these from Tesco's gluten, wheat, milk and egg free lasagna sheets. They just look like your standard lasagna sheets. Now you can make a vegetarian lasagna using any ingredients you like. Today I'm going to be using some red split lentils, some carrots, preferably organic, some closed cut mushrooms, some tender stem broccoli, some tender stem broccoli, some plum tomatoes, vegetable stock cubes, your choice of milk. I like to use oat milk. This is unsweetened. Nobody wants a sugary lasagna. And I'm also going to try out the Birdseye Green Cuisine Bolognaise mix. Now this apparently already has the ingredients in it. It has the mince. You just need to add pasta. However, with these kits I tend to find some of them are a bit dry, which is why I've got the plum tomatoes. But the main ingredient I was looking out for on the back of here was soy or corn. And it doesn't have either of those, which is great. It's made from oat protein and wheat protein. So let's give it a go. So to add a little bit of flavour, I'm also going to be adding in some coconut oil alternative to halloumi today. I'm going to put a few small chunks in it. Sometimes when I make vegetarian lasagna, I use small chunks of halloumi just for a bit of extra flavour, a bit of extra salt. Give it a bit of a kick. First of all, I'm starting out by soaking my lasagna sheets. Now, some people don't do this, but I like to do it because I cannot stand a crunchy lasagna sheet. So I just do a few at a time because most of the time they don't fit in the pan. If you have a bigger pan, you can do more. However, you don't really want to overlap them because sometimes they can stick together. How satisfying is it to watch them bubbles go underneath? Oh, it's like a lava lamp. Now, obviously you can use as many lasagna sheets as you like, but I'm just going to use 4 for today. Now you don't want your broccoli in too larger pieces because obviously it is a lasagna. You don't want massive chunks in it. Obviously it's personal preference. If you do like big chunks, keep them big. Boil up your veg. I don't add the lentils until about halfway through cooking the veg because they soak up all the water. Greedy little things. Right, let's try this random feet smelling halloumi. Trust my camera to run out in the middle of filming the halloumi. I just wanted to show you the texture because it's quite squidgy, but it also gets a little bit of the skin on the outside. Still got a bit of a funny cheesy smell, but I don't know, the texture's strange. It's kind of squidgy, but then goes a little bit hard on the outside. Now I've just taken out the halloumi because I want to try that separately before it gets mixed with everything. So I'm just browning off the mushrooms now before I add the bolognese mix. Obviously I've turned my other veg down to a number 1 just to keep it simmering and keep it nice and warm and soft.
Meanwhile,
I'm just going to try a bit now. It's definitely not a halloumi alternative. It kind of sticks to your teeth a little bit. Chewy. Hasn't got the rubbery texture of halloumi, which is good. But yeah, if you like the taste of normal vegan cheese, it kind of pretty much tastes the same. That kind of feet smell taste. Okay. Strange. These are like little stock cubes. These must be the sauce. So when it melts, that's what happens. So as I suspected, unfortunately there isn't enough sauce, especially not for a lasagna to cook in because it needs to be quite saucy to absorb into the sheets. So if I didn't add my own mushrooms as well, there wouldn't even be hardly any mushrooms in here. So to be honest, this bolognese pack, I mean it just about covers one person. So I am going to add my own chopped tomatoes, plum tomatoes I like to use because they've got a bit more flavour, just so we've got a bit of sauce to go with it. So I'm now going to add the halloumi back in and add our veg that we cooked earlier as well. Okay, so while our bolognese is cooking nicely, I'm going to get on with making the cheese sauce. I'm just using the same pan that I used for the vegetables, because it really doesn't matter and it reduces your washing up. So I've poured in about a quarter full of the pan of oat milk and also some butter. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of flour to thicken it up, and you basically just add it as you go along, however thick you like your sauce. You want to try and stir and sieve at the same time. It's a skill. And then you want to add in and stir your cheese or vegan cheese, and then obviously just taste it as you go along to see how cheesy it is. So I've just preheated my oven to 210, and I'm just going to put a tiny drop of olive oil in the bottom of my casserole dish. You can use lasagne dish, any kind of ceramic porcelain dish should be fine as long as your lasagna sheets fit in. Now we're simply going to layer our mixture on top of our lasagna sheets. It doesn't matter if it spills over the edge. And on the final layer, add your cheese sauce. Make sure you cover the corners, otherwise they can go a bit dry in the oven. Oh, steamy!
A little longer than a few minutes later.
And voila! Look at that, cutting it with one hand. Oh, smells amazing.